Hey, what's up? So, my YouTube videos have been getting like 2 views, other than the me and alt account. So, that's not exceptionally motivating to do this. So I'm still gonna try for a little bit anyway, but I prefer more. Didn't really have a spiel planned, but just putting that out there, the lower the views, these may be sparse for the 1 or 2 people watching. But for the people who are watching, it's arm day today. It's a little dark out. It's starting to get late, and I think the lighting in this exact spot is kind of sick. Sorry, I was doing that while I was setting the viewfinder up and making sure the camera was right. I thought it looked kind of cool. So yeah, it's going to be a later arm day after a solid shift at work, and yeah, I'm probably gonna, again, I'm telling myself I'm gonna try to talk to it a little bit more in there, but I'm gonna have to pick it up since the mic sensitivity is relatively low. Despite being in a relatively severe cut, I managed to save some calories for a decent meal before this, so I should have a solid amount of stuff moving through my system, so should have plenty of energy, hopefully plenty of energy in a cutting context. As you can see, my shoulder or my cheeks are looking a little hollow because I'm get skinny. But I'm eating low enough to lose body fat, but I'm making sure to still train hard and eat lots and lots of protein, and that, from what I understand, should allow me to hold on to as much muscle as physically possible. I'm eating roughly 170 grams of protein a day, but I weigh 150, so I'm trying to just overdo it with the protein. Yes, that can make my calories a little harder to reach, but I want to make sure I'm not losing out on anything. And to make sure I'm not losing out on anything, I have gotten, sorry, I'm rolling around in my new gym bag, a logbook, so that I can start tracking not only my calories and my weight in a nice visible way, also my weights that I'm moving. I'm not tracking every single exercise since I don't necessarily have a set program. I'm not doing the same exact things every workout, but for example, the last arm day that I remembered to bring this, which was the 23rd. This is a couple days later. Maybe I shouldn't tell you the date. I don't know. I did curls, standing curls, 45 pounds for 3, and then 35 pounds for 5 as a drop set. And that's all I managed to record then. The previous time, I also recorded that I did 65 pounds for 7 reps on straight bar push-downs. So we're likely going to do those again today and make sure we're still matching or surpassing that previous benchmark. But I think that's all I got to talk about in here. let's get in there. This one person that's watching, that's not me or my dad, I appreciate you. Okay. So first exercise, straight bar push downs. And they're aiming for at least 7 reps. Did warm up before this. Couple of them. Okay, set number 2. Now for some like slightly inclined dumbbell skull crushers. Personally, I like doing these with a lighter weight, and like a reverse kind of grip. I don't know, helps me moves my elbows a little differently. Okay, this is all tough. A couple of those. Okay, number 2. I think just 2. Okay, first bicep exercise. I warmed up with like ascending weight. We're gonna go for those straight curls. drop this super nice. I might do another something like this. Okay, thinking some like barbell curls. 50-pound total bar, so significantly less per pound. Wanted to keep this strict. So, we're in a pull down. You're like inside the little station. I've been really liking doing some bicep pull downs. So if they're open, you should really give it a try. But I mean, it is a back exercise. So if it's peak hours and you're some schmuck working arms on a back machine, But luckily it's pretty empty in here, so who cares? Sorry about a little close up. Don't really have to. So I'm trying to not move my shoulders too much to keep my back out of it, because obviously I'm using less weight than if I were to be doing a back focused pull down. So I'm trying to keep my shoulders in place and just do this instead of moving like that. Okay, this should be the last exercise for arms before we move to shoulders. Okay, that's probably all of that I'm going to record. I think I'm going to do probably one more, but I'll see you for shoulders next. Okay, first is a rear delt fly, and then we'll lower them and do more side delt focus. A little heavy for that, I think. I put the little spacers on there, and I think that was a little too much. Okay, 2 more of those. Okay, I think 1 more of those. Okay, so I just did another one for the rear delts. So now I'm gonna lower these down to about like standing hand level and do some side delt focused flies or raises. Are these technically flies? I don't know. Okay. A couple of that. Okay, so the exposure in this specific shot is a little funky. It might look like I'm glowing. I'm not. A little heavy. So, any return viewers, the none of you that exist, will know that I like doing this as a side delt finisher, but it's a lightweight kind of thing, where you can get like super deep stretch. It can be a little hard to do symmetrically until you like get used to where your shoulder has to be in the incline and stuff. So I realized I've been talking about having a bad camera angle this entire time, but I have yet to try mirror method. And yeah, I know it's arms, I don't really have to take the shirt off, but you know, it's been a second and I've gone a couple pounds down, so see me. Obviously my arms are a little less pumped now because I finished with another like 30 minutes of shoulders. That's a tough one to keep the chest up. Okay, let's get points of zoom. Okay, come on, take a full breath. My chest is looking very flat today, I must admit. Not too bad. I'm going to do a quick back double by for the shoulders. Wait, okay. We, let me get you a little closer. We need a good thumbnail shot. What kind of pose are you thinking? Yeah. Maybe. Hope those looked as good on camera as they did in real time. I'll see you in the car. Okay. So I turned night vision on mode on, so I hope this doesn't look too funky. But it is currently 9:45 p.m. The gym is almost closed. It's like freaking dead in there, for real. But kudos to those people on the treadmills 15 minutes from closing. Like, dedication. So many other things you could be doing at 10 p.m. at night, but there's people in there getting after it. Somebody in front of me just turned their bright ass lights on. I'm inside the parking lot still. But anyway, yeah, that was a good workout. I maybe could have done another exercise for biceps to even it out. I think I did slightly more tries than I did bis. But it doesn't really matter. All the sets were hard. And like I'm sure I will say many times through the courses of these videos, assuming I get enough views to motivate me to still do them. I enjoy doing them, but to do them consistently, you know, somebody needs to watch them other than me. But anyway, like I'm probably going to say a lot, I'm not building muscle right now. I'm in a low enough deficit as you saw in that pose down, that I'm losing body fat, and I'm not getting any stronger. I'm maintaining my muscle. So I should still go hard. I should still do a lot of volume, or like as much volume as I can handle. But if I do slightly less than would be absolutely allowable, I'm not gonna lose out on gains because I'm not making any gains. Now, if I go in there and absolutely wimp out and do nothing anywhere close to failure, and don't try at all, do 2 sets, I'm gonna lose a lot more muscle than I would had I done what I just done. Would doing an extra set of biceps maybe help me hold on to more muscle? Maybe. That's why I'm trying to think back on it. And even though I'm in a cut, I'm still trying to train as smart as I can, as hard as I can, to make sure I'm eking every percent out of every workout. And, not everybody has to train like that. Not everybody has to go and measure every single calorie they eat and every pound they lift. Hell, I'm not even near the high end of tracking stuff. Like I said, I don't have a set program. I have a split. I have exercises that I like, but that's my program. So some people definitely like a lot more structure than I do, but some people like less structure than I do. And not everybody wants to get every tiny little bit of muscle out of it. Some people just go to the gym for their health and stuff. I'm not. I am, bodybuilding. So I'm trying to do absolutely everything I can with every variable of my life that could be tweaked, and not ruin my life. I still have a life. I still have other hobbies, but everything that I can do that doesn't interfere with something that already exists, I'm pretty much doing. And maybe it's just cut brain, trying to think about food of the bulk in the future. But I have been trying to think about how I want to optimize that. And I've been thinking of some pretty funky splits, because you may not know, you may know, I am planning to compete next year, roughly middle of next year. So we have this cut. I'm gonna bulk again after that, cut down after that. That will be the prep for a competition. I'm not convinced that will be enough for me to flat out win something. That's fine. But I definitely do think I want another good, solid building phase to have a chance at even placing. And I want to get up there on stage and do as good as I can on my first try. Yes, it's going to be a learning experience. Yes, I'm accepting that. I'm not going to go up there and get a natural pro card on my first show. That's not realistic. That's not how it works. I'm not that much of a freak of nature. But that doesn't mean that I shouldn't try to give it my absolute all and show up with something presentable, something good. And, beat somebody. And plus, then it wouldn't even be that good of an experience anyway. If I was just going up there and barely trying, then I wouldn't really have the experience of trying. Yeah, it's also not only a test for me to get used to it so that I can do it better later once I'm larger. It's also a test to see how much I like actually competing at the sport. If I go do that prep, do a show, and I hate every second of it, every second on stage, every second of prep, I'm not going to bodybuild anymore. I'll just lift because I enjoy lifting and go back to a bit more of a normal human being lift. But if I love every second of it, even more reason to devote the next years to pursuing it. And I am not a, like, die-hard natural by, by principle. No shame to the people that are. I understand. But I feel like there's definitely still something human in pursuing enhancement, if that makes sense. So I am not entirely opposed to it. I would just like to live a long and healthy life. So unless I love it and feel like I have a genuine chance to make a serious living out of it, no sauce. But I go there, I compete, love every second of it, do amazing, place well, have good genetics for it, and have the drive for it, it will become more of a consideration. And I also know medicine is getting better and better. Peptides and stuff coming out that have little to no side effects and stuff. So I'm sure in the coming years, as I approach my natural limit a lot more, which I'm nowhere near, and I want to reach before I take anything, because that's the smart way to do it. I'm sure by the time I eventually decide to take anything, if I do, there will be much safer substances out there than if I were to just start now, if that makes sense. Like, people 5 years ago were taking more unsafe stuff than people now. So why not just wait? Also, I'm sure my parents might watch this. Sorry that that's how I feel. I know you'd rather I not, but if I can do what I love, make money doing what I love, be rich doing what I love, and my face has to look a little uglier and I might not have kids, I don't know, man. Sounds like a good trade-off to me. But that's just my underdeveloped frontal lobe. So give that a couple years and see if 25-year-old me agrees with me right now. No reason to rush. Patience game. But anyway, I'm seeing the timer in this corner for me because I can see this whole HUD thing. I can see it getting up there. So I'm not going to yap in a dark parking lot by myself any longer. Hopefully I'll get this edited together tomorrow on my day off. And I'll see you, my one viewer, in but a moment.